Imagine this, you've been there for her through everything. Late night texts, bad breakups, even helping her pick out outfits for dates with other guys. But when it comes to you, you're just the nice guy she calls a friend. Sound familiar? What if I told you the friend zone isn't a dead end, it's just a detour? And with the right moves, you can turn the tables, make her see you in a whole new light, and have her chasing you. Stick around because today I'm breaking down exactly how to do it, step by step. The friend zone, a term that strikes fear into the hearts of men everywhere. But what exactly is it? The friend zone is a situation where one person, usually a man, develops romantic feelings for someone, usually a woman, but those feelings aren't reciprocated. Instead, the other person sees them as nothing more than a friend. It's a frustrating and often painful place to be, especially when you've invested time, energy, and emotions into building a connection. But here's the thing. The friend zone isn't a life sentence. It's not a permanent label stamped on your forehead. It's a dynamic, and like any dynamic, it can be changed. The first step to escaping the friend zone is understanding why it happens in the first place. Women don't friend zone men to be cruel or manipulative. It's often a natural response to how the relationship has developed. If you've never expressed your romantic interest clearly, or if you've been acting more like a best friend than a potential partner, it's no surprise she sees you as just that, a friend. The good news: once you understand the why, you can start working on the how to change it. Let's be honest, most men who end up in the friend zone didn't get there by accident. They made mistakes, sometimes without even realizing it. If you're always at her beck and call, dropping everything to help her with her problems or entertain her, you're sending a clear message. I have nothing better to do than prioritize you. While being supportive is great, being overly available makes you seem less valuable and more like a sidekick than a romantic prospect. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. If you're constantly second-guessing yourself, seeking her approval, or acting like you're not good enough for her, she's going to pick up on that energy. Women are drawn to men who know their worth and aren't afraid to show it. If you've been hanging out with her for months, texting her every day and treating her like a girlfriend, but you've never actually made a move or told her how you feel, you're setting yourself up for the friend zone. Women aren't mind readers. If you don't express your intentions, she's going to assume you're just a friend. When you treat her like she's perfect and can do no wrong, you're not being romantic, you're being unrealistic. No one wants to be idolized. It creates pressure and imbalance in the relationship. Instead of seeing you as an equal partner, she'll see you as a fan, not a potential lover. To escape the friend zone, you need to understand the psychology of attraction. Attraction isn't just about looks or charm, it's about how you make someone feel. Women are drawn to men who evoke emotions like excitement, curiosity, and desire. If your interactions with her are predictable, safe, and platonic, she's not going to feel those emotions. One key concept in attraction is the idea of polarity. In any relationship, there needs to be a balance of masculine and feminine energy. If you're acting too much like a friend, neutral energy, there's no polarity and therefore no spark. To create attraction, you need to embody more masculine traits, confidence, assertiveness, and leadership, while still being respectful and kind. Another important factor is perceived value. Women are naturally drawn to men who have high social value, men who are respected by others, have goals and ambitions, and live interesting lives. If you're constantly prioritizing her over yourself, you're lowering your perceived value. Instead, focus on building a life that's fulfilling and exciting, and she'll be more likely to see you as someone she wants to be with. Before you can change how she sees you, you need to take a hard look at yourself. Ask yourself these questions. Have I been clear about my intentions, or have I been hiding my feelings to avoid rejection? Am I putting her needs above my own, or am I prioritizing my own growth and happiness? Do I come across as confident and self-assured, or am I constantly seeking her approval? Am I living a life that's exciting and fulfilling, or am I relying on her to bring meaning to my life? The friend zone isn't just about her. It's about you. It's about the energy you're putting out and the way you're showing up in the relationship. If you want to change the dynamic, you need to start with yourself. The friend zone isn't the end of the road. It's just a sign that something needs to change. By understanding why it happens, recognizing. So what's the solution? Pull back. Stop initiating every conversation. Stop planning every hangout. Stop being the one who's always reaching out. This doesn't mean you should ghost her or play games. It means you need to create balance. Let her come to you. If she's used to you always being there, your absence will make her notice you more. And when she does reach out, keep your responses light and casual. Show her that you have a life outside of her. Here's the hard truth. If you're stuck in the friend zone, it's not just about her. It's about you. Specifically, it's about the version of you that you're presenting to her. If you're not living up to your full potential, why should she see you as more than a friend? The key to shifting the dynamic is self-improvement. This isn't about changing who you are to impress her. It's about becoming the best version of yourself so that you naturally attract the right people into your life. Here, how to start. Fitness, hit the gym, go for a run, or pick up a sport. Physical fitness isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good and projecting confidence. Career, focus on your goals and ambitions. Whether it's getting a promotion, starting a side hustle, or learning a new skill, having a sense of purpose is incredibly attractive. Hobbies, develop interests outside of her. Whether it's playing an instrument, traveling, or joining a club, having a life that's full and exciting will make you more interesting to be around. Confidence, work on your self-esteem. Confidence comes from knowing your worth and not needing validation from others. When you focus on self-improvement, something amazing happens. You stop worrying about her and start living for yourself. And ironically, that's when she'll start to see you in a new light. One of the biggest mistakes men make in the friend zone is being too emotionally available. You're always there to listen to her problems, cheer her up, or give her advice. While it's great to be supportive, being her emotional crutch can kill any chance of romance. To shift the dynamic, you need to create space. This means setting boundaries and not being so readily available. If she's used to venting to you about her problems, start redirecting the conversation. Instead of being her therapist, suggest she talk to a friend or figure things out on her own. Physical space is just as important. If you're always hanging out one-on-one, start spending time with other people. Go out with friends, meet new people, and show her that your world doesn't revolve around her. When she sees that you're not always there, she'll start to miss you, and that's when the dynamic begins to shift. Predictability is the enemy of attraction. If she always knows what you're going to say or do, there's no excitement, no mystery, no spark. To break out of the friend zone, you need to be unpredictable. This doesn't mean you should act erratic or play mind games. It means you should keep her guessing. For example, if you're always the one to text first, stop. Let her wonder why you're not reaching out. If you're always available to hang out, start saying no occasionally. Show her that your time is valuable. If your conversations are always deep and serious, lighten things up. Tease her, joke around, and keep things fun. The goal is to create a sense of curiosity. When she doesn't know what to expect from you, she'll start paying more attention, and that attention can quickly turn into attraction. Shifting the dynamic out of the friend zone isn't about manipulating her or playing games. It's about changing the way you show up in the relationship. By stopping the chase, focusing on self-improvement, creating space, and being unpredictable, you're not just changing how she sees you, you're changing how you see yourself. Flirting is the bridge between friendship and romance, but for many men, it's a terrifying tightrope to walk. The fear of coming off as creepy or desperate often leads to playing it safe, and playing it safe keeps you stuck in the friend zone. The key to flirting effectively is to do it with confidence and subtlety. Here, how to flirt without fear. Use playful teasing. Light, playful teasing is a great way to create a fun, flirty vibe. For example, if she says something silly, respond with a smirk and say, "Wow, I can't believe you just admitted that out loud." Keep it lighthearted and never mean-spirited. Compliment her, but differently. Instead of generic compliments like "you're pretty," go for something more specific and unexpected. For example, "You have this way of lighting up a room when you laugh. It's kind of contagious." Use body language. Flirting isn't just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Maintain eye contact, smile, and lean in slightly when she's talking. These subtle cues show you're interested without being overbearing. Know when to pull back. Flirting is a dance, not a sprint. If she responds positively, keep it going. If she seems uncalm, be socially connected. Women are attracted to men who are respected and admired by others. Spend time with friends, network, and show her that you're a valued member of your community. Be independent. Show her that you have a life outside of her. Talk about your goals, your adventures, and the things you're working on. Independence is incredibly attractive. The key is to let your value speak for itself. When you're confident in who you are and what you bring to the table, she'll naturally be drawn to you. Physical attraction is important, but emotional connection is what turns a spark into a flame. If you want to move out of the friend zone, you need to create a deeper bond with her. Here, how to spark emotional connection. Ask meaningful questions. Move beyond small talk and ask questions that get her to open up. For example, what's something you're really passionate about? Or what's a dream you've always had but never pursued? Share vulnerably. Emotional connection is a two-way street. Share something personal about yourself, a challenge you've overcome, a fear you've faced, or a dream you're chasing. Vulnerability builds trust and intimacy. Create shared experiences. Do something together that creates a memory. Whether it's trying a new activity, going on an adventure, or working on a project together, shared experiences strengthen your bond. Listen actively. When she talks, really listen. Show genuine interest in what she's saying and respond in a way that shows you understand and care. Emotional connection is about making her feel seen, heard, and valued. When she feels that way with you, she'll start to see you as more than just a friend. Physical touch is a powerful tool for building attraction, but it's also one of the trickiest to get right. Done well, it can create a spark. Done poorly, it can come off as creepy or inappropriate. The key is to start small and pay attention to her reactions. Here, how to use physical touch to build attraction. Start with casual touch. Begin with light, non-intrusive touches, like a gentle tap on the shoulder when you're laughing at a joke, or a brief touch on the arm to emphasize a point. Gauge her reaction. If she seems comfortable and responds positively, you can gradually increase the level of touch. If she pulls away or seems uncomfortable, back off immediately. Use touch to create intimacy. As the connection deepens, use touch to create moments of intimacy. For example, hold her hand during a romantic moment or put your arm around her when you're sitting close together. Respect boundaries. Always be mindful of her comfort level. If she's not receptive to physical touch, don't push it. Attraction can't be forced. Physical touch should feel natural and respectful. When done right, it can be the final piece of the puzzle that turns friendship into something more. Building attraction is about creating a balance of fun, value, emotional connection, and physical chemistry. By flirting confidently, showcasing your value, sparking emotional intimacy, and using touch appropriately, you're not just escaping the friend zone. You're creating a connection that's deeper and more meaningful. Let's be clear, jealousy is a double-edged sword. Used poorly, it can come off as manipulative and desperate. But when done subtly, it can remind her of your value and spark her interest. The key is to show her that other women find you attractive without making it obvious or over the top. Here, how to make her jealous subtly. Post social proof. Share photos or stories of you hanging out with friends, including women, on social media. The goal isn't to flaunt, but to show that you're socially active and valued by others. Talk about your life. Casually mention that you've been busy with plans or that someone, gender unspecified, asked you out. This plants the idea that you're in demand without being explicit. Be friendly with other women. If you're out together and another woman talks to you, be polite and engaging. Don't ignore her or act overly eager. Just show that you're someone others are drawn to. Don't overdo it. The moment she senses you're trying too hard, the effect is ruined. Keep it natural and understated. The goal isn't to make her feel insecure. It's to remind her that you're a catch. When she sees that others recognize your value, she'll start to see it too. Scarcity creates value. If you're always available, you're sending the message that you don't have much going on in your life, and that's not attractive. To reignite her interest, you need to be less available. Here, how to do it effectively. Delay your responses. If she texts you, don't reply immediately. Wait a few hours or even a day. This shows that you're busy and have a life outside of her. Say no occasionally. If she asks to hang out, don't always say yes. Politely decline with a reason like, "I've got plans with friends that night, but let's catch up next week." Focus on your priorities. Spend time on your goals, hobbies, and friendships. When she sees that you're not revolving your life around her, she'll start to wonder what you're up to and why you're not chasing her. Let her initiate. If you're always the one reaching out, stop. Let her come to you. When she does, keep the interaction light and fun. Being less available isn't about playing games. It's about showing her that your time and attention are valuable. When she realizes she can't take you for granted, she'll start to see you in a new light. If you've been stuck in the friend zone for a while, the romantic tension has likely fizzled out. To reignite her interest, you need to reintroduce romance, but in a way that feels natural, not forced. Here, how to do it. Plan a date-like hangout. Instead of your usual casual hangouts, plan something that feels more like a date. For example, take her to a cozy wine bar, a sunset picnic, or a fun activity like mini-golf. Compliment her differently. Shift your compliments from friendly to flirty. For example, instead of "you're so fun to be around," say, "You have this energy that's just magnetic. It's hard not to be drawn to you." Create moments of intimacy. Look for opportunities to create romantic tension. For example, hold her gaze a little longer than usual, or lean in slightly when you're talking. Be bold but respectful. If the vibe feels right, take a small risk. For example, say, "You know, I've always thought we'd make a great couple. What do you think?" Reintroducing romance is about creating a shift in the dynamic. It's about showing her that you're not just a friend, you're someone who sees her in a different light. Reigniting her interest isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about shifting the dynamic and reminding her of your value. By making her subtly jealous, being less available, challenging her, and reintroducing romance, you're not just escaping the friend zone. You're creating a connection that's exciting, dynamic, and full of potential. After putting in the effort to shift the dynamic, it's time to assess whether she's genuinely interested or if it's time to move on. Look for signs like, does she initiate conversations or plans? Does she respond positively to your flirting and romantic gestures? Does she seem excited to spend time with you? If she's reciprocating your energy, great, keep building on that connection. If not, it's a sign she may not see you as more than a friend, and that's okay. To avoid falling back into the friend zone, set clear boundaries. Don't let her treat you like an emotional crutch or a backup plan. Be upfront about your intentions and stick to them. If she's not willing to meet you halfway, it's time to prioritize your own well-being. Self-respect is non-negotiable. If she's not reciprocating your efforts or showing genuine interest, it's time to walk away. Holding on to someone who doesn't value you the way you deserve only wastes your time and energy. Remember, there are plenty of people out there who will appreciate you for who you are. Focus on yourself. Keep improving and building a life you're proud of. Be patient. Real connections take time. Don't rush the process. Stay authentic. Don't change who you are to fit someone else's expectations. The friend zone isn't the end. It's a stepping stone to becoming the best version of yourself. Whether she comes around or not, you're already winning by growing and evolving.